is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
No, the Timofan court, now remand, and Fantone so because investigation Mujano, room, Acroma de court. So, Yanu to Chadia on fat. When Yan went to Chanidia on your man in conscience.
Chief Justice in the suit no drop here, no. The catcher was one of the most stupid suit amahu. I think that me kind and NPP break and tell here.
Hi Boadu TV so yamamu nyina kwaba na Listowel Ivan Yaa Titi Rade Ejano de ya na so sa no mani age na me po mesem na mani age what I say na CJ ena ne ho akopon di adwamu yi former CJ yen kan sa was suspended o omko asetena momo de reports and as a request koto committee ni o ma ba ato atwene eh mami de tu anom betu no okosoro ba form NDC vote on betu no na me kra me nwa so da so twe sister na mpesa me ye Chief Justice aden madam aden
the catcher was one of the most stupid suit amahu. I think that me kind and NPP break and tell here so suit no file no akogina Supreme Court and ohe ruling na eba any nyina na it was unanimous decision. Clearly a chair say na suit na wa file no lack merit any substance bia, and I sat here and I discussed it deeply with you say nyansa bia nim, but she was just acting out of raw emotion. Emma cite examples I quite say Kramaya on the nam station ya bona sum wa be hu bia na obo o podi wachi. That is exactly what the Chief Justice is doing, because enra so follow your friends a suit na all coso our court na clearly you could see say this is an emotionally striking woman. She doesn't want to go down. Going down, or she will drag everybody along. And for me, that is very embarrassing. The catcher said, I respected her so much. And I was expecting, say, case, you appear before the committee, you fight your way out if you think everything is okay. But for her to subject the whole thing to this kind of way, and now be a subject of public mortification, mockery on social media platform, I think it's very, very embarrassing. When you're going down, at least you go down in dignity. You don't go down in pieces, just like the way she's doing. Suit no file, Ukoma na or seek a number of reliefs. Court no say one of the reliefs in say, judges na omote asem no so a omudi. Ebinum be bias etiano. And bias na o raising nyina na say justice on a manya or kana semin. Judge ya abrante on friend Daniel Ofori. Oye petitioner no. Wadina sempen. Wadina sempen. Yeah. Ama branche na di bem. Enti eno alone is enough for the man to be biased because wadina sempen. Again, Daniel Ofori afraid the same judge and say onya witness emano in the ongoing process. If Ofro be say omaya witness in an ongoing case, enya compulsory say ni para power ba na say omba. Because the person is a judge on the panel. And again, the mere fact is all be frosted with the dance it doesn't mean that you are part of the person. We are talking about a judge here. What taking an oath? All yen juma. And again, then I see other judge here Nasama okay. Yeah. Or say first we know the choir now more about Nasem to go and the judge is not more chance. Now I see you do no can be until already know. Or no, because of already position of what taking in the earlier case in the likelihood of bias, everything there. And I make just say these are outright nonsense. With me say or the experience, anybody or you don't expect her to be making such infantile, childish, saying kind of allegation. And I say in summer in baby I say we no. You better draw back and we'll be talking about some of these things. And the Supreme Court got an answer. So they just have to flash it. Your mom flash it through the dustbin. Baby. And uti some bakwana or sign cassette or akwatie hearing na baby a yɛde ne kɔ no security zone castle na security zone no very intimidatory for her. This is a woman on a soldier for the police for the wachi and on a intimidation.
I'm surprised said now police need us to dress.
Police need a bit. No, sir still are on Lusuni position until so officially no good.
Police need it.
In your entire life as a judge, you walk around with security everywhere. You're from Sabra Castella. We say you are being intimidated because you are being searched. The process, is a processor. No information from the place. That is why the constitutional premise says it must be in camera. So you don't go to such a process with a mobile phone. You don't go there with a camera. And it's a for phones.
Now we say ministers will be crowd for so crown for phone.
Oh yes. And I'm a catcher. Way and so. She's just trying to drag the process because the experience some of this infantile way or making you could see clearly say again she's arguing say here and now air costono young farmer to TV so no be and Ghana for we are not interested TV ban on who will bear that particular cost and again you see that particular provision and yet a discretionary provision in the constitution where the president can just waive say no, there is a reason why the framers thought it said that hearing must be in camera because it is not about the interest and the human right of the Chief Justice, the integrity of the judiciary. Because in such hearing in camera, there are certain things that might come to bear and will have the potency to destroy the judiciary forever. Process where cost now kwatisa adibia koswa. Emma affected judges. Will you ever have confidence in the judiciary? So there are key sensitive issues, and and in the wisdom of the framers, they stated it. Express constitutional provision in the constitution say it must be heard in camera. The discretion of the suspended Chief Justice or an aggrieved, emotionally stricken Chief Justice cannot be a cause to overturn such a provision. Because there are processes if you want to amend it. And me be Chief Justice, quickly now we amend some of these provisions. But Otihono freeze assignment toneda. And I'm a catch as a Ghana, a man force you right, but not TV super Jesabi and Kwasachinja and Yansa. We need to look at our laws. There are essential portions of our law out living usefulness. None but Tanaka says a president to Kwanya. Just a yes way or be in the chance. Yansa Bene will be away and a confess and a crime and chroma pencil 2 Kwanko China and a year 2 no and 2 Kwanwan phobia new it and now and then about year 2 and then 1 year 2. President Mahama America, he's still functioning as president. You don't need to swear in somebody be sitting here as president. So these are what people should be doing. Look at the weak point because you see, constitutions are supposed to be a living document that reflect the daily aspirations and the wishes of the people. At any point in time, so a be outliving the usefulness. You one us will draw attention and it become a subject of national discussion, and then we amend some of these things. But some no question what is making this provision? What will be a and again. Enti maamena semna all can say yenti asemno in camera no enya just for fun enti na say yenti no camera. There is a reason why and the reasons enya because of wow kwatena committee na but the larger Ghanaian people because there are certain key issues enti ebabo enti magana for who and enti na constitutional framework can say the entire process must be heard in camera. Enti obi a oya smart why a chief just for how many years in here. If you think that particular provision, Nyansa Nima, Adentina one you with time as a Chief Justice to call for a review. These are questions media people should be asking the woman. Because it's not as if it's free China and a you've been a Chief Justice in Ghana, and you are today, and I'm saying, you are pointing holes in the judicial, in the legal systems of this country. So your time as a Chief Justice, what did you do? And again, she's also talking about say, premier facile na president establish yam famra kwansunti yam kwase. Enra court ono age your friend say ono age ni unanimous no bi because asem na o kan yes because enra na make catch say yeah establish premier facie and as a merit in the case, you know, it is not an adversarial process. You be advance any negative findings we are against you. They are just establishing credence in the petition. Now I go to the next stage. That is your friends adversarial and advocate. Your friends adjudicatory process. I don't know you bet you no asem, but at the early stage, you know, constitution na ma ho kwan say president budget petition or former council of state. Council of state and you see mistake lawyers and judges here no kroma say asem ma ya obi afri so nim nyansa. Yeah, constitution no at the side no to hono. What we could have done is say there is no procedural arrangement that has been done so far.
Okay.
Yeah, they regulate that particular thing. And it is a constitution. They say president emfa petition comma. If as a council of state, we could have come up with a legislation and as an instrument regularizes that particular thing. That these are the process. The establishing the premier facie and the person must be heard, and there must be a ruling. And the ruling, you know, must be communicated. So when there's a clear-cut process, not say you circumvented those processes, then you can say, okay, the eventual outcome, no, something is wrong because we circumvented the process that has been outlined. But as it stands now, there is no single way there has been any infringement, any constitutional infraction, any error, anything a contravening the established rules of engagement so far as the constitution is concerned. So on what basis and I walk as a young quasi your friend saying ruling now about no, because for a ruling to be quasi, you know, it means eventual process now lead to, you know, some error occasioned. I question law of contract. I can't just say yes, a fraud vitiates any contract. Whenever you agree, negotiate any contract on the premise of fraud, it doesn't matter maybe I build the contract. No, Drew. Once fraud is identified, it vitiates the entire contract. It's the same thing. For you to say the eventual ruling now, Council of State, the president, and the by and young question, you must be able to point to say at any point in time something wrong has been done. But nothing. No one say emotional arguments and here to gumsa keke. And again, I'll say last time I catch it all. Process na hearing na ekoso no ye njai na ye meti ono na sem na ye di na sem no wi a
ya got to process no
Supreme Court for head anim catch it na say nsem na ode aba no sabi nyansa ni nyina so bi anim a meet the constitutional threshold because you see committee na adwuma na oye no it's a constitutional your friend say injuncted responsibility a constitutional function and a yeah. And for you to say a constitutionally accredited procedure should be stopped, no, you need to provide reasonable basis. I actually say, I know that they proceed, not say some irreparable damage be caused to you. If you are unable to prove, say some irreparable damage be caused, say you stop that process now. You cannot stop because it's a constitutional process that has been activated. Nobody can stop it. I say your friend saying. Excavator at free na eba. Now wakofa akra odi original class 1 say onko stop no. Does it make sense? Sanet here. So person will stop na. You need to have idea ebetimi agina am they are stopping no. So yeah say secret enra unanimous no agibi. Yes yes udua your friend say adua boni say hwan wa wutibidi. And for me the oil, no, from the beginning last week, we catch you say, you see, law isn't such complex thing among for who is. Sometimes, if you are sensible, you are almost a lawyer. You understand? Because we told you, say, if you look through the relief now, all corner, you could see, said they were driven by sheer emotions, no sense in the petition, and as if for see to that day corner. And today we've been proven right. That is why all the judges who sat on the case, you know, unanimously trust everything that she said. Like I said, you see. Human away and your life. So you cannot just bet everything on it. Say we lose everything. Maybe just like Benue Kai entitlement na kahona or Kofi and Sankan. Maybe that is what she's struggling. But you see that
resign can Sabeka.
So someone resign it. So the fact of the matter and say Ghana for your free say your judiciary near dirty. Your judiciary near the Muyam. You were in bed with the other political party and you have confirmed that by going for Godfrey Dame as your lawyer. The gentleman is out there still doing that political campaign and now this is a guy or no manipulating witness or no ankasa Sanka Ghana is a serious country and a criminal who should be standing trial. And Ghana Legal Council should be thinking about your friends say, yeah, confiscating the certificate from him.
Exactly.
This guy today have the infantry to go and stand at the Supreme Court and say, or your lawyer for be the same person, yeah, accuses away or son. So, yeah, the procedure and now one thing. And message from it a common sense, logic, and reasoning. Because many a bizarre question be said, why would the woman go for Godfrey Dame when all the rumors in town say you were in bed with these people? Common sense alone should be enough motivation and as incentive for you to say that option is a bad option and give you a very bad public image. So I think that now everything is settled. Maybe the process should continue. Committee members, they are lawyers, and on your money, so free say on buyer bias at and it means in the past, or no more bias at man for that is why I say I'm trying to be a right. Oh, yeah, so I think that we need to focus. Now, no, the day, Nen Sama or Wakano, Uncle Church, committee, so would it be my why not? You come back. Would you there? You are not coming back, you understand? And some of this emotionally stricken argument running around just to count public sympathy in as for no. I'm telling you, sir, Ghana would not fall for such sympathy. For majority of Ghanaians, and say a judiciary not say in recent times ruling and free over 7 Ghanaians were very angry. So we want to sanitize that institution. And you are just a part of the bigger puzzle. We know whom we are important, but to some of us, we are just looking at the larger judiciary. And for me, this whole thing should even go beyond the Chief Justice, because there are several individuals within. They don't deserve to be there. Judiciary, so yeah, reset here. That reset must take into account all any other person who was brought on the. Jeff said the judicial way now undeserved to be there. People with non-partisan ties and then for them. We need to flush all of them out. So once again, confidence will be built. But my culture say, your democracy, at TBB, so yeah, here, Bejiagu, Nano Yatiana, Siko Divoire President Aira. Yatiana, President Aira. When people lose hope. And unfortunately for us, your Jubilee House, maybe since we see it's in the middle of Accra. Among for Jibum, so you have no other option than so done. And we cannot get there. Yeah. We need to make sure, say, you better build it, trust in state institutions. My culture say, if you go anywhere in the world, that's a who said democracy, and that's a bansi wha. I dear about home banya back. People mistake it for say police. No, yet the confidence and the trust citizens are what by anymore, and yet the utmost security for that establishment, and we need to secure and ensure say about work it. And just and I'm when a chief justice here, they had their time. They couldn't do anything sensible to amend these provisions to ensure that there will be clarity. Your constitution, there are several portions of it outliving the usefulness. We need to make time and amend them. For instance, the Lama catch this citizenship allegiance kind of thing. Who say Jachi question free way by Ukrumano? You didn't assembly and has but that term is still hanging in our constitution. You understand? We are innocent yes. Exactly.
Because of political
yes. And that is why knee-jerk reaction as somebody serious as a country. And lawyers, I think that these are some of the things that we should be researching, bring to public attention. And you say, radio so no partner you can say nuna sa na ma na twam opasa manfo hu say we are serious make cogent reasonable analysis na no say na me lawyer na can say munu TV so
me da say ana dia me bra say obeba ntaba mamani ewu nti waba ntaba mamani ewu brali so et say
ehu anu me hwefo
me da say me ya sure say
na onso
oh nyame adom eja ebi $1 here see adria fuel neto aye the sese okoto fuel 12.15 first no to 200 treba is auto 200 same 200 now only na be 7 ba na e dey na dey say erade utimi so condition person no so do cry to me so you roll glass there we are bow you rade ya bre o
ya tempenten kwa pa
anya ize enti nyame adome ho ye pa menem say one topic there wa ho no unanimous FC na course and Chief Justice ya bona nsem na de kwani nyina to agu
baya mame fa konya isu na menchia ahwefo ni etiefo Minchia Minuanum Mrantia Omaji Breast Momomai na memo amu moneha Obaya na memo abaso sene de bia meye no ansen no say washada bonko for pa ti nya bo be say
na woni no send the Thursday no me start kan pempe na mo messages e ba o they say kura o say me yere me ho say 30 no kura say me pushi ya say me pushi ba mani kwa say 30 no kura no so time no
say ahomache be say e kobo no num e na minya first call pani kese pa ba ko a em say onfa dwumadi ni agro e no say na de opa me chewo e ma bre kura menum your friend is saying energy drink and I'm saying so my body ntimi receive energy drink you know say na me pe coffee be num na
e na be boa
see dwumadi e say ekukudama etachire no edo so pa na me mo bia achi ananuma trankunyane na nanuma hema nyina me che obi bia Ghana fu nyina madofo ni matamfu nyina me che obi na Obaya
really so
my way governed by laws.
The law is the law.
The law is the law. Oh, that be me can't say be na na I think say nipa and said that and funny you may be too on. Oh, say obrano or your chichini life is a teacher. And so as and when you move on in life, always remind yourself of your past. Then your present will tell your future. What I say? Ubie ni wonu ma sebi ewiase wei onu nko ne ho aso na kwantuo da. And untimi nya wo ho se wo ye kokota konko awieye. Eden akila be wula show. Now from day one Akufo-Addo nom beye aban shase se omu di nipa ni e wo Ghana ha no. Na omu pese omu ye fre bibi e wo brofo kasem legal touches. Ade bi wo ho a e wo mrem ma ho kwan se wo ye. Na se ne osemkafo ne ka no. O se ye wade nyina ho kwan. Na so nye ne nyina na eden e fata yen. Obi anim se president bia wo ye Ghana president no or prerogatives bi. Ye de ma no se ni tumi mu no even though o manfo na di tumi na kura no no. On fa ni dwuma bi. Na sa dwuma na o di tumi ni die no. Ade e wo so odwe ho kane ne se ye wade bi a ye natural rule of natural law of society. It's a normal rule. And then na de bia me de bo me bra. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And no me na man kroma. Obeka se susukuru a wo de besusuo no. Eno a ne de besusuo ama wo. Eno nti se wo ye papa jiwuyem. Wo ye bone so a jiwuyem.
Na ye bone.
Yes, because bone na wo ye no. Ehun sunsanso beba dabi. Enti wo ye ye ni yie. Na obi ehun se wo die wo ye wo
di bone.
Sa no obi di bi ye wa. No no so ayi ni ye ma ye den.
E dey do.
Because bone emfi wiase na wiase aba na wiye. Sanso na papa nso so mfi wiase. Akufo-Addo nya tumi hyase to ne neoma. Bibi bia wo ye bia no edru baabi utimi se wato oman no amamumra no ato atwene. Eno no afa ono a ne kwati kwan so no wo hyehye ne neoma. Wo hyehye neoma na ni pe tu ne fo. Wa pani Akufo-Addo ebe ya enkadie menye ni sei. kwan we so na kwan we sabi ebetene wo wani so na so awie ye ne yowu o me fi wo afi kura de na na champion na na sorry awobo so usu kura no na me ye ne mo oko paw ani ye bo a Ghana fo bi sorry yes o nya hwe ani ye bo ano sabi o NPP ni kura na the law is the law na fi me ani ye bo abae sabre no na obia onimani ye bo a bia nim se papa yi the way a oye two partisan no enioma bi nkoye
nsisi so
eninamu ama kandapa a ono aye the national security minister e de betu dwa se da bi the way a mo ye mo nioma yi mo hweye na enyina bo agya be hia to mo da bi san se ewi ase asansa wo faade a wo de kire o e ya dansidi ntia aga na fo ka the way a mo ye o man judiciary mo se no a landmark case be koto omanim e fa omo ho faga na ni bia ho. It was about how we are able to define citizenship.
Okay.
Sabre no na electoral commission person your registration or say ma kwan ma obi amfa the birth certificate and your registration. And yes asem na electoral commission kan nyansa nim. So say documents now mo keka ho sem nyina no say you fan ko registration no. A birth certificate na wo sa documents no. Enti untimi nka say obi papa nya ne papa biem ana obi maame nya ne maame biem. Na mom no at best no say you bibi yempo a birth certificate no yanhwe obi ne papa ne maame baby a omu free na yanhwe nationality na wo birth certificate ne so no ebetimi a kire se obi ye Ghana ni ana obi nye Ghana ni e san se minim kofo bi a omo ye Lebanese in color but they are Ghanaians by birth. Tala fata anom omo nananom betra Ghana ha omo wo Ghana ha before the birth of the 1992 constitution no omo wa ha eto omo ye Ghana for before the birth of the constitution ye wo ayimo Yohanum India for bebre no bebre oko industrial area obehun bebre omo ye Ghana for esku skin color bruni pa so onye bruni a bruni pete
of course bruni pete
what you say na so enkofoi sinkete say Akufo-Addo na asoma wo enye o man Ghana na asoma wo enti de Akufo-Addo beka se yenye no yenye Akufo-Addo in law school ye okoye lawyer oye wanko law school odidi obi achi kura ne bag ina nipa ko ne se se de oni bag ni kura pa to a lawyer and obesin koso ni in Tony certificate said the obi akọ law school a opunya certificate and it's allowed on a lawyer ni I cannot say on a lawyer. Just that I can only say on this certificate. Now, Obia only law certificate. Now, my many papa. In the case of Torkonu, papa, Wuti, Bonia Okodi was school or a Kofodia Sectec. Am I in a day? Abraham, what the creature, the papa waka baby. And all because of Torkonu. So ubenya baby papa abegina into papa school fees aboka ahwe school afi adwene da wutiri mu no obi a ono ne papa ye president a onko school mpo so wonko wakodi di nkofo achi ade abaye lawyer ni ono ne truefo ama watu nyansa ne unim de nyina ato atwene asase afrani yebo a ani yebo atimi ka che Ghana for ye nyina ye se o birth certificate kra no enche se wo ye Ghana ni ne ya jatum edru baabi asema ba Ghana yakoto aba nipa ono na ehwe abato ne so no ye sin kuntabuo nti ana dansidi enti ne kuso nkonso ayɛ ye hwe ahwe enti se wakuso nkonso na onfa ne nsam moja mra ne ehua hwɛ sɛ aboa no nya ntonton no de bɛdan yɛ sɛ bi so nkonso a ani yɛ boa se da so no bɛma Jemensan ba betna da kemami atoto na no de ɛne over his legal dead body. Ampere. Meanwhile, any yabua no so no, me no can say no answerable to the Ghanaian. So, in one breath, nipa being answerable to the people of this country because of on human rights. Na sabi na oni Charles Mensan namu enkomo na Ghana for petia na. Ghana ni bia say, yani omo nya adwen omo se da bi. Afe yete ho na me nua kwase free fa de ababetum. Hey. Ani yebo a wakwa akwaje adamudie $5 million. Papa yentimi ameyi ne ho ano e na ode call retirement. Matisi ya power so won ko FIFA de. Omo hweye na sika anyira. Eya futuo ma omo because sa papa no bribe de obeje akowom. Ni nua na bribe pray ne say name. Ani yebo a bribery. Ebe ne say name. Bribe de efri kofodua. Obi animu no. Na omo say judiciary no. Na ye ka obi asu ntie duru ba bi me wo de me kokota me mada me fiu opa famiko de Hague me ma because enya law na ye ka no ho and there was nothing justice about Akufo-Addo's period no nothing justiciable nothing bibia ni wonu mu a wo betimi aka say oh we de omadi emra ye adwuma by their whims and caprices they were just giving what they just best could claim say because say was a wig and or say judge into a judge. I didn't see anything justice about them. And untina Akufo-Addo call for our power no na me from chief injustice because I never saw justice around them. Now I said ben aba say a rule of law idea. I also be making sure say ya dem ran eden adwuma. Mami Torkonu onso nchemra. Not even President Mahama in all humility. And obetimi kura de nsense buaka se ono so chemra. Ono kura pa emra mu no krampo no ye wo bibia ye friend Vito a obetimi avito. Eno krampo no unim say yasaji ni tumi no kra sa de akọ parliament say so person ye executive instrument mpo kra na just e komra se bedwam e ma me ne wo ye nsi anamu together with John Mahama na nkasa mu no ye mampani no wono ni nsi anamu a wo bra se bedwam e de ne sa sha ase ansa no watimi de executive instrument kra ye adwuma enti who is she? That's the question me busa na NPP fo bi a o ma dwene mu aboto no ma begina bonten say obi busa say who is she a na asa wo pese wo kire say onye obi a na mpacho oye hwan obi anya obi a on so usua democracy ni yi a on omo propounded the theories of democracy akese no Plato nom ne Aristotle ne Socrates nomne sankofo no nyina no omo make sure say your friday be equality before the law e be adwuma so that enye say we chief justice nti no wo behu ho say wo so cha emra na eyade a omo ye say e be manipa tumi a wadwe ya wo say ekura wo no uni tumi bia na mom no ye frɛ bibi rule of law not rule of man. Enti de na Akufo-Addo ni omo te ho no omo adwen ye omo se mo amo ne mo na mukura mra no na omo aka brofo kese bi and the law is in the bosom of the judge ekwasi akasa eti wo se judge ne te ho na ono ni tirimia ne de na adwen nyina soele say you say the law is in my bosom enti no me no de me penam de beye that records to at least no we say aba ye de botechi no etimi de boba e mani yeye.
Okay.
Eti me come na besi so say emre eye superior to any judge in this world. Emre time Yankopon where or say or the mre and eye den eye na ade. It was so who say mre crampo no say oh ye technical emre so change Yankopon. Time yeah watch enye watch you time
emre
watch e ka time esu change Yankopon.
Okay, you na
time and a betimi ama nipa ehu ne gina bia ekina.
Okay.
Enra me hwe photo bi ana circulate to social media me kura me post to bi na me hwe say Mami Torkonu ay say de oti ho ya de ne say sum na no na ono ana kakane no ote adwamu a ono na ebe determine obi fate and na ono kwa me determine ni fate no e hwa na me tro sa kwesi apofo agye nwum say emre edane emre esesa netisenka emre betimi asan na chi ama anura beye na eka Torkonu ke paw ne say won koye CJ no na ko behu nyansa say me de mra beye adwuma me ye de me manfo pe na duru bre bia enye say nipa me na ye ka na sichi me na ye ka nana a yen ya toto oman ne mra twene ya ye si mra tira si moja nufa ni tirim go fredame wei 2x4 no ena wono sesei no akodu se ma me mfa nko ye adwuma.
Okay.
Ye nyina ye fantu ye hofo.
Okay.
Ene me de betu judge fo nyina afo. Wunti obi nya ebone wakwaje adamude obi da afiase. Wo nchirima judge akwaje pona. O se mu odepa anti ade tie no wabe judgment am obi da sewem. Obi akwaje koto obi akwaje aponche na pempem kan aponche opem ma wakwaji wa obi akodansa wam obi akwaji sika adamude ama obi dansa wam obi akwaji nioma bone amename no kase adamude ni ye friend say kitahye ne proyenti no nipa bebre da afiase.
Okay.
Obi so ban bone nti ene ye birth certificate ye ntimi nkase no ebetima che so obi ye Ghana ni ana se nye Ghana ni sade we mu ma na nyense na ho.
Okay.
Say when the judge judges the judge, time will be the mightiest judge.
Okay.
Eti efi na ekure ye fantu ye hofo. Torkonu na kane no ototo ne ho about the law is the law no. Afei o person ka say the law is no more the law. Na yenka morality. Koye law of morality and I say koye constitution for morality. Ni efa no ni aten emu aten wo Ghana ha.
Mateme da.
Me di manu besi na me de atune fo se baby ade na kwa koduru no so obi kura nkyere ni nyansa onu ensue nyansa na on resign.
Okay.
On resign na de ebeyo no ebeyo. There is no way said this wounded lioness obi member ne kwan say won san konkot na ho no mra me chief justice Ghana ha. There is no way.
Okay.
It is also
that's it.
Woman 88 na oyo onkwana bu no obi antimi nka na asem obi antimi nya na hwe na obekoso a onkoso na nimgu ase no abampo awie.
Okay.
Crew ama.
All right, how say yanko Chama Wontumi matters arising. Yes, and Rasa or she yoko hokra, there's in bank for so de krata command. So kwa jisika se odukodia bru. Yes, tamonya sikano. Kwa share bru chile na frena. Beti ya krasi o mi dia bro. Se bro when ya. And see me assure say na kwa so de obi ehun bi. Enkrofo akwahyɛ tai wo yoko NPP fo na bi say ono oto abama adwomama enye we nti no oto abama adwomama nti je adwomama ye no nyai nsem de me assure say otie no and the issues
me dey azu bizana say ono oto abama adwomama wa he
also this is not the reason why we voted for you. It's just what to abama adwomama no way.
And we prepare college for both.
Okay.
Sabi, sister ya. Na me di kan yes we ase. Check na mradane. Na me bra peni Listowel kan say everything lies in the womb of all time. Bibia yemre. You see, when this country, when they were using state security agencies to intimidate innocent Ghanaians, you kruma, andokradi and kromfona nyehu, they intimidate you. I could remember close to the elections that day I was preparing to go for UTV late news discussion, and I was called that night. Say, oh, Yembe police station. Cantonment police station. I said, "Dear Naba, as you castle for peace in a sia, never time no cry the call.
Na koyo.
It says, "I'm a man of crow."
Oh no, Okodake to breastfeeding. No, breastfeeding Akoda.
Ya bet time no they call. Yes, you why a day? Yes, you are registered to na tubia. Oh, you know, and you didn't know the register and your spelling mistake. It didn't was say as a LBM you know na baby akwaya baako. And it you say order from above ya mefa no police station because of spelling mistake.
Anyo na ye you.
And you say ya mefa no police station. You go to police station ho. Na bande no mo nyina ba bedrunti. E wura mu. Police for na nkasa kra chese. Oh, na si we kra de anya hwe. Yeah, you pesi ye jai no mu na nka wokọ. Na mu nyina mo nko da. Order from above say.
Order how akumsi wo ho. Order from above.
Order from above say. Yen kura ma me no wa ha. Till time order be say free above aba no. Ye ne ma me no be dey e na betena ho. Eh. Area say pa. Spelling mistake. Edinti obi ba betwirim. Saa ma de ache no so obi o wa kola. Spelling mistake. No more yes, when the NPP were doing that, misusing power, no more da say never back. Even the Wontumi himself sat on his TV station saying, "Say, police for her, soldier for her, easy for way, don't Mahama won't back da." Oh, boy, they thought he he had all the power. He thought, say, there will not be any day to me because at that time he was enjoying power. Otimi ko bang na wakoji sika. So could be the aburu. No akwa could discount just because of full say on the air, on the power. And it is very sad. You see, it's really a sad situation. Say, this thing will be happening though. But sometimes it was this animal we see na ubia den esuamu nyansa na ubia efamu aba. Not only to the MPP, but even to we those who are in position today. See the way you treat people. Semra Dania ohumbe yembopo. The way you treat people, Emra Dania ohumbe yembopo say common by election. National security to me, bomb member of parliament assume you misunderstand because on our power. And the current attorney general, yet me ko bonifie negate ani all in the name of Debe and Mary Deal na de ndenti ye koye hu hwehwemunti. The privacy crowd was not taken into consideration. Now when you ordinary person like Wontumi, he was not a party chairman or a party secretary. He was a member of parliament. Anchor. He is being shielded by a little privileges. Be anchor and what's the name? But because he say, "Omo never power anti, omo to send man nyina guye." Honorable Tinapo, same thing happened to him. And then we have been told Wontumi is that special in a way. Say, yentimi nyeden, yentimi ko fano.
Also munjamu tietian found.
Ye tietian, and then baumia kasi tietian found yeso. Yater na koyo ndena baumia kaye. Oliver Vamawo, you're charging for treason okrumha. Then baumia today because akwayen huni panti, he has the mouth to talk. He has the mouth to talk.
You see 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the owner. Now you see the answer say, I've heard so many claims. And especially on Ashanti Regional Communication Officer and Okasama Wontumi. And I've advised Wontumi on a particular platform, say, if that guy is the one talking for you in this crucial time, you better change him. Because saya sabokura. And I want to mean the post that on the minister that on the CEO that on the way that yet Majuma Penny no a minister. Yet Majuma Penny said we're going to court no a minister.
No a minister.
No a CEO. No a director general by him. I'm chain a boss a gununjuma e wokrumha. No a minister. And I want to me a national chairman inti and inti and NDC for no at Tatan because someone is want to me ye pobi akrepo MPP where I want to be near beteno. Ye pobi akrepo MPP. E di akrepo MPP. Yes, you want to be near beteno. Ye bet Thomas Steven in team no more Justin Kodu and Munani Yakwako chi want to me. You see, and all those malicious claims now they are no. It is just sad. See all these things happening. I say Yakwako Chiobi, near Tuna no Assaman, a being sida. Is this the first time? And that's security beko for B, and as Yoko beko for BC, Ombra May in Samano. Is this the first time? So why is the MPP behaving as if say, and you want to be next your heading? Was he not the one who said John Mahama air back Masia, just a national security for Tama John Mama air president, just on your mother, she said, no, I penny so answer John Mama to me, Rakumasi. Now I said, John national security for about face, Brania, she's not John Mama Rakumasi, I feel the Wush.
No, Janet.
I feel the Ghana phone sorry, MPP phone sorry, Montini Emisa. And then I like the response MPP from the man with social media. He has seen it. The MPP youths, I like the response they have given. Many of them have done videos. Say, who this can need? Go and answer questions. Sikana wudi kodu abrona wonkwa wakwa kodino. Sesabe, sikana won nyamba at least obetnya kire ya phone ye be kotuti abrona koton akwa eden akutuaka.
Akutuaka na ma.
Kire ya phone ne yankoti abrona beton so awuntimi nkire. And you see where you have ended today. This should tell everybody who has gained power. And as you be as ye di tumi bi ahye wonsa. And as you wo tumi bi say emre betimi aba se be obeye mbopo.
All right.
Emre betimi aba obeye mbopo. Na chama Wontumi case na de. We will all see the end of this particular case. But I am Bob also say, even till yesterday, you go for fun. First one, I saw money bill with 2 sureties. Now and round so Wontumi, the lavish lifestyle now will live. What 3 cars I can see now the idea no Wontumi money bill and round. It is really sad.
The man 50 million cedis bill with 2 sureties.
And once me provided. This tell you say, adia one day. Who bet me at any time. I will know being pointed in Kabimo. So say, who treating Confa and I say, who can he pass him?
There's a audio be a security a branch ABC or ne Wontumi koye Juma Pena a brofu be near from Armstrong mining or Monfidiena. Chama Wontumi de Okroma send NDC for Eguni Juma Sesani excavators 500. Send a Armstrong mining company no a your more
Handsome.
Handsome mining. And I say, oh, no, I'm going to tell me and some day, baby. Nasa said, I did no kana or decay, yes, or Moguna Jumano. If you didn't kana, Yanadia. Anyway, innocence.
Yeah. My culture says political power in the hands of a fool is the most dangerous and the most scariest thing you can ever experience anywhere in the world. And Africa, because of some of these things. Because when you're that, what's not radio, some of the summer work discussions are why the way of conducting and then you ask yourself, say, such a mind, why would such a mind even get close to your higher office?
Higher office.
Wow. Decisions are shaping the future of a country like Ghana. Our young people, say, yeah, to Obama and Yansa for I'm a make a decision. Sabaya on betting me a position in your future. Such a mind, involved in such a discussion. On my own cause, you shouldn't be surprised because these are some of the things. And these people are so greedy to the extent that once or more access to power, they have this desire to satisfy all desires. If you are more, the desires are insatiable that will do everything For instance, what is a sika or how kwaje? Yen ko dua bro nya ade a wo ye onim ho maache onim ho hwe but because our power to assess money kwaje be a make asa bidua e na failed but onim obi a wa pan mu
yeah
enti sa sika nsa nka so because of privileged position no anya no where he is not even onim ho hwe kura no he will be assessing those money and then odaye de obaye and that explain why Africa consistently ne Ghana bra ye brei se nipa nya tumi anadwe ne se otesoro na so bi bada and say no sika ne say listen to everybody ade ba kwa matena se ahunu say arrogance aya ade at the very moment a black man benya tumi pe ade ba kwa or the differentiating the from others aya arrogance they become so disrespectful ebia Listowel and ajo be one kwa metimi friend ni di nkomon suddenly over 10 missed call 10 missed calls on few cry campus were throw back that is the sort of your friends and one weak minds in your power that is how they project that power for you to know say nadia madru baby but if you are smart you know say power is just a passing phase whatever it takes, you know, you exit the phase, another person will come. Culture say, oh, occupy officer. You should know, say, you are just a temporary occupant. Officer, you know, no bit once and over. You exit, another person will come. The difference is time. The only difference is time. So, to me, nama na or koba na or to turn around. And I listened to some of the interview threatening John Mahama as if he never thought.
Yeah.
As a fool, when you have access to political power, no? He thought to say, oh, and but politics, you know, the dynamics are very complex. Then as a foreign, but you see, there be a catch for the Nipa. Very often you see them on TV shouting, and I'm a bold, me a bold, omuya coward, tell you, be for example, Canada, Japan. Awkward tonight TV so kwaka say yenku an wona for the bend say President Mills penso ukai.
Make I pa.
Ya che no de no kwa strategy. All of a sudden, I say na kuma ya ne ya. Ya mama na so hospital. So na obi oti TV so na no cha. Ya che no de no call we NI we have be NI for custody. Ade oso yare.
Oso yare.
Omo man so ade che ye no other hospital. The same playbook no and I want to be ampa.
Yeah, friend me she aso yare.
The same so the same thing. And Makata say these are cowards. It's a playbook, it's a tactics of my employee.
Yeah.
And obi na no de na okasa gidi no. But has other pafia bi so na one what is say akra bi other ba say we no soro TV so ke cancer hunu ni na say for say we are to me. And the political and I say we say we nim nyansa na we nya power ahu we di bedi wo hu you make enemies for yourself.
Yeah.
Obake can sema any say kan by the time I be hunu na ka achi. And you see when they do these things the common people no more honor they don't respect them all. Asamba and I'm say young people are becoming very wise so NPP for sorrow call Wontumi or no. Majority of the people leading are the top executive.
Yeah.
Patriot no ho. Your friends say could be a control to social media. Say Patriot go to Adenta Kumi's house. Now oko comment na say ba ko am say me wirem feeded ba bia me ko bia me ka obi say odwan when you were eating the your friends saying royal ladies did you remember us? General Secretary obi say odwan when you were chopping the your friends saying royal ladies did you remember us? And all kind comment na was here na wani beje a chira say young people are increasingly becoming very intelligent. Winya to me now they talk am our girlfriend what they so say we busian for corner say for na kwapanya but TV so defend that will never be done anywhere. Young people are becoming very intelligent. Our emotional attachment are not more politics in any because krom ha nipa nya to me a omu onfa wo nya hwe o friend kra onfa enti enya wasade say wo na akoko defend when the person doesn't even respect you, he doesn't even know you. Say ye nyina ye te sa ne ma we ase a those in power will begin to act wisely. Now who say when I mess up, the people down there will not go on TV or go sit and defend me. And elsewhere, it is what it is. And never manipa to me or the yes said yes or the make positive impact on people. When you do that, the people will come to your aid.
Sure.
Last time I catch you, South Korea, there was a time I'm called Jessica. Now I buying into. Do you know what the people did? the people of South Korea airline up on the street of Seoul. When we are 10,000, we know the aba. Almost can hear one. And a man for where obi ho gold, obi ho silver. Almost sound like the command buying a buying jeje sa omoja padena on obi wa the gold chain. Jena tona for kutiaka. You can Google us there because the people felt that a buying na yet yes or yenina. Or ya the papa near man enkoye. And willingly the people line up on the streets of Seoul. They contributed money, gave it to the government to go and pay the debt.
National donation.
Yes, that is what people do. But that can only happen when you treat the people with respect, dignity, and you know, say, they are and you are championing their cause. Now, Obana will champion the cause of your girlfriend or number for foreign as a foreign. Nippon Moto Abama, who know who fan and Yashe, who theatre the nice one. Do you think they'll come to your aid?
No.
And you should be calling the royal ladies to come to your house, not the MPP full soldier. No. Before Akufo-Addo know you hear me, and then others you hear me. They are even super hear me.
Yeah.
You understand? In as much as they do this politics, and benefit you be and say young people to me get it that emotions out of them. No, who's a politics, and you don't need to have any emotional attachment, but you need to have intelligent attachment. Make sure that you put people in position. Sabaya benefiting the power. They will begin to think twice. They will not take you for granted. Sure. You understand? And it's the reason why some of these characters, these jokers, who are not supposed to come anywhere close to power, when you're to me, and they are just dancing on the political stage. And then to me, we are now focusing on John Mahama per se Oche Wontumi. Now you say Wontumi on the money has no political value. And it's a John Mahama per se or breaky MPP fronter. He will not go for Wontumi because no political strategists will design any strategy and say go for Wontumi. Oh no, there are the people who are taking vote away from the party. So that's people you need them more like. If I said Napoleon as a nobody will arrest such people. Just allow them to operate to their destructive best. You allow them. You understand? So I think that Neemana Abrante na Yenesenka Ghana is a serious country. Akufo-Addo moves a court to me.
Yeah.
Because of the air cost, because there were reports, evidence. Neema be a dead, this Abrante way or stay forest. And then nobody is talking about the destructive nature of the business in forest reserve. Yes, Western Regional. Neema Makwaye no hono, enya de ketwa, be in Nasifo. Nina, these are things we should talk about. Now, Omani Yentimi and some of these people, Yentimi Jelly or more man, very often a show or Koba a giant Sakaka. Me say, people will lose trust in government because the Equity amount for reason is just a show, a Koba. I think that they need to make sure that this gentleman is sent to court. Nasa Oboko. Nasa Odipima, Uncle Fie. Nasa Odifosa indeed was say or Maya Japadia. He should be answerable. You as a Sabaya, MSF was a Corona a woman, and yet here from Kwaneko jail. Namum, politically exposed individuals who are so called powerful no, can also have a taste of jail. What I say, Sabaya as a lesson to even people in government today. Because when you're 2 minutes, you for people among for the Shasia baby, your friends, companies. A bit be in the name of others. I think the government need to focus on some of these things. Now, sir, Abanya Hukrana what the Kojia, you should not say in the future also. Because power is not about satisfying your greed. It is about empowering people. That is what should be the focus.
Would deliver.
Oh, Dabi. Now, Gina, you're the man, no. You're the man that saw a party in the man. Oko Masloga. That has always been the no playbook. People go for the loans. Yeah, the cars and as for they don't pay. Go in the party in the man. You understand? We need to change this concept. Now make sure, sir. Or mine, Nipa be or Omuhiam waka krebi. But why they're connecting it to wine? Or my team, you need to know somebody and say, now, no, make us obi person call military, obi person call police. These are the most dangerous job. For instance, Oko bank, I say police in the bank, the new credit and the phones. I'm robber bar. When I first target to be cool. But all call Ramuno, yes, you want bribe. Why else were in America when you are enlisting into the army? The very moment I'm enlisting, you'll be given $1,000 as a bonus for enlisting. Because a dangerous adventure now take. Ghana have police among forces soldier form call and as a form. But internally, no, there are other staff of which means you anytime.
Yeah.
You need a soldier for who mining site and then as a form. So these are things that you don't need to take anything away from the person. But I know your just system universities on himself offer nipa 100. Or best sell forms over 2,000 amount for a job 1,000. Or we are now shortlisted 800 for interview. What you 500. Or we are now 200. Now say state air bokro no as ma make they know.
Exactly.
They know that is why law school man who say your friends say law school bill be back. I be regulated. Because that is what some of them are doing. Shortlisted huge people taking they rob them at the end of the day, you know. Now, the pack crab in form. Why not complain at channel? These are some of the things that you need to be money part to change some of these things because the whole essence of power and they say down there people no and your focus is not about those in power. It is about the ordinary man walking, you know. How does the person feel the impact? There be a dollar and some say dollar and yes a tear from the who here the power. Say ma me akosia cost shops or koto ade a obe feeling pasam pa dollar no swati. And how do we crack down on sabaya neema bo be conform? This should be the focus. Yet me yes neema we here a man for begin to have trust once again in this. So to me there onwa abrabo boy na catch up with him. And I think say I buy somebody example and not just one to me. There are several other people you see in as a forum from Pomboatin report no and some other individuals. Obia why yes I near man be we need to punish them. Why yes I nyate fast why ya Makacho say Obia by the ope ukroma saying. And yes I na man for you see answer na John Mahama baba power no. Campaign time no bet ya I want say NDC NPP nyina
yeah.
What I say? Sure. So this is the time to change the narrative. Say no, and yet the same thing. With the bonia, we will punish you just to make you know, sir. And yet I scratch my back, you scratch my back. No. So yet me make it this difference. Now, man, for ya, people will have trust, and they want to me. They no more. And I question Chief Justice there. No. We should just flash that particular thing and focus on the main issue. Because aside this, that's what called you sika. You go for a fraud.
Yeah.
Apart from contractor, road contractor, who to me a contractor will grow my name. Or sign Dua Bro, or sign to Galamsey. Now, any political power no be a dinner who attach this guy will come. Or no one can as I'm saying, oh, free up which the back room, I say, no, or Jijaman for that not anymore as a security officer. In one of his interview, on one can, but all of a sudden, he's the richest person in this country because of some of this illegal activity, because his political party is in power. So, you see, the impression is that. So what get attached to political party, you can easily become rich overnight. Ghana and Kwano bit me but Adumo you'll be any idea or you'll be any, and some of them engage in illegal activities. Me, I'm not accusing him, but I'm saying, sir, he should go and face the law. So I know that they know to me church and in Semunas on Fomembra, they should leave him go. But for Fomembra, I think that should take it course.
That is so.
To me. I always say me, naturally, I am a serious person in life. I don't like to discuss these miscreants, but I question my juma, my nyai bese. Bikura me mpe o mani.
Na no asem nintia.
Ayesa ka wuntumi pa de. Kwenya me anim.
Oh, how energy.
I mean, why would I have to be doing that if not for the sake of Serbia? I bet na many nyina kasa for you so na be here say and discuss here. I mean, he is not worth my breath, but for your sake and for the sake of a team for the Ashafunti. First of all, Wontumi is a hardened criminal. Meme America. So you don't treat a hardened criminal with kids' gloves. Sebi, with the security architecture of this country, I know, say, we have great professionals. Great professionals are. I mean, or more record in terms of dibia omo kura pene omo modern bo wo adwuma o mayem ne the wealth of experience a crowd no. They don't need the general public to dictate to them as to how to do what. Because the last time I checked, Nipa oye in charge of national security, no. Oye post ni mapa.
Our bin
womrem.
a basic
Lawyer ni mapa.
yeah
Our bin sebi. Owa ho brasian so.
account
Enye se ode ni nimde na me ma ne ho so me ma na betri so debi oye very down to earth but very strict to the core, very strict to the core, and he really understands his mandate. That's at the apex of the security architecture. The last time I checked, ora yonu Ghana police, the police service no hono from time immemorial to date. So musi omanya obia what rise it through the ranks from recruit to IGP. That journey, Because he virtually started from scratch to where he got to. Today. Okay, time I me board parade,
yeah
And I'm because you police phobia. And I'm almost say yeah, me board parade, I'm sorry, I'm on your home, list or your home bonnet, I can't do we would dini, we say, okay, so say free wa. Why na mo pese oba? Apostle no more men kabe bi ko no obi akwakọ. We kura say bi obi anya omo hwe. Omo wo East Legon Erata Hotel side o. No mo gina ho. Opso Yohunu ani epe. Yohunu on enim nipa ye. Tio on enim de nipa ye. The last time I checked, Nipa oye IGP organa hano. On this adam pari ana adwene aboto. Ohenim di ni nyansania owotima wa badaye. Enti the word Rambo style na omo keka no. You onye ayi. Now even at the operational level no, at the Ghana Police Service no. Nipa UNO, United Nations. Etimi to nsa friend say omra mekyere omo policing. Vanzareba onye nipa sebi oye abanwea.
yeah
I think say he's the first to have attained that pedigree. Eno kra no dan pare amana anko the last ayi. Em say the whole world not police for me ensa. He was the first. Onko dan pare nsan craft amano no onko no nko sua de keke no. Dan pare so manenko. Because dan pare no hu ne ho say was akwa no we IGP but akwa no wo advance ne course internationally. It's not as if say your Mahama ashada tinkophobia sebi womo adwene mu aboto te say wontumi de yi e no say montata no baby wontumi say ono anamo a ne sunsun ne shadow krampo no e tormente ono amu se ukọwi wakukutira
na
so da ye bone ade na wontumi aye ne yemusa se impo John Mahama ono ye mampani so yes ade na obefa ne ho adiana. Because John Mahama cannot walk to Exim Bank and say Exim Bank give me $10 million. Ade am se me de kwa kodua bro obi anso nim se John Mahama he's a farmer. And the farm no ne sasu bi ni ho. John Mahama papa omo farm iye Mahama unim se ono na efidi Ghana efidi part of Nigeria, almost half of Nigeria, the rice farm in the north.
Yeah.
And then Mama kona from where me who a free Ghana ha. It is the technology, the input, the work input now, the alcohol nyasem ketwa. And so on Exim Bank, and go say your money busia. wabra onu ni maduane dua enobae dua obetime nya so mfa so kra de atua ne ka no wonkɔgye ye wakɔgye ska ɛna ode gro medamase wɔgye ska na ɔde kɔtɔ excavators na ɔde kɔhye nwura nim sika na ɔkɔgye ye no he had the tacit support of Akufo-Addo because Akufo-Addo na ye na konta no ɛna ɔmo kɔ bie company ye friend na konta mining na sɛ wudi uti akɔgye akyerɛ ma Akufo-Addo a na asɛm aba na Akufo-Addo sɛ Justin Kodua mon to party for no room he we party ba na ukodi Wontumi achi kobu na mu a mimihu a mesrew ɛna ubegyina kwankyɛn bɛsrɛsrɛ sika so a mihu a metintasu agu so because what Jimmy ujimi no abɔ nta te sɛ kwata de ujimi no the takasini te sɛ ship because twenia ya de a Wontumi ɛne Justin Kodua ne DJ Caleb na nabi nom ɛne renkanfo twenia ya de a party ba ɛsɛ ohia adwuma yɛ te sɛ de na minua innocent kan obi pe soja akɔ obi pe police akɔ gye so okotua bribe party ba o party ba ohia employment this okotua bribe eti Wontumi onya nwie ye
okay
we yoko for na yen omadwuma ofiri yoko a obekɔ NIB ofiri NIB a ɛwɔ sɛ kwan bia so no nkɔfo a wagyeje o musika ne nneɔma no forestry for so crowd in bɛkɔ court na ɛwɔ so ye reclamation of nsase a wasɛ no ɔkwaye mu nyinaa sɛ asase bia no yɛsɛ wo betimi aya every hectare bia no you need about $40,000 and so wetimi ama asase no say asay no etimi asa back to life $40,000 you can ask the lands minister Ora Makufibua
yeah
say how much does it take to do reclamation obeka kire it is obi asay ne man asase kwaye na won say kwaye na Akufo-Addo sa de mra beta na ti say oh Wontumi nti ma menya mra say mra se bedua monya mra ma ne say obetimi abo awura kwaye mu we nyina timi asi na jo mahama ohutiwni Yohani suboni abase wo baba betutu nioma ye tie frɛ bibi reset na wakɔ akɔti Wontumi say mo make sure say obe answer all the questions are eda na kwamu a na oti baabi na oso nti ase a epo no da bia me ka cho say unika eska mema obi
na akotom
ekwa epo no da ha ya no kɔse no kɔse po no oso wonti ase na Wontumi ati Wontumi me hu say Ashanti region for chairman for omatro statement na ayi atuma enwabia je say kwa man atuma chairman yes or secretary or interview na aban no ofa mranya adwuma mo meche ba bia joma ma fa mranya adwuma ebia ne Torkonu die na otietia ne fa hudie so betre ba bia mra no joma ma fa nya adwuma inene ke so se joma ma fa nya mranya adwuma court no yantum court go to court.
All right.
Na ma yen yafuwe enkwa didi.
Okay.
Na ma ya adwene no sebi enkoda. Na mo tete yafuwe ye penyansa sem na atie. Mo ko opposition. Boy ya bu mu nyina ti mo ko opposition mo nkotena se na mo mpe adwen papa bi nwe. Ena ko ade achi aka ena ko Wontumi we ya chi ni Wontumi we ne so fa so wo ma we mne den. A Yakobo nchenku. Na em se jo ma the way and suban etie affect ama obia de akomatoye mu na ka we mu no e kanye ayi o won se na esi gwa gabi achi mpremre bi no ka we na ka di kobokof na de test na mujina horse so because it's an unlawful gathering
yeah
and you cannot allow for things to be festering like this chankofo kobontenku o baby say na e unlawful gathering till kwa bia be fa so be disperse omo no I was all disperse omo.
Okay.
Eti me expect say omo investigating no yes omo faring court no omo ma court remand no court remand ni we because we high flight risk Wontumi jani sesi e obekwa kofa Togo adwane eti no mundi teni no as long as eya lawful no mundi teni no eti mo faring court na mo koje remand e fa nto ne so because investigation mu gya no rom akroma de ko mo nyire ne pampe kopim say emra ne ni bedi frenchem so onya ne ho twitwa di a onfa na wanya ne ho twitwa ni di a oni o man ne nkonhye
CJ won enchena nipa yembobo nipa on say CJ here AC. It is an advice to every single individual, even to we those in government. Mpenifobu baby say bia anansi adia wunu ntekuma international anyeden enyem frama enana mi ame hu CJ video na wo free court na no ho ayembobo say sister ya no ho ayembobo papa atu was obia na sebe obowa kra na wasesa wo hyebre obowa keke kra wo kota na wasesa wo hyebre ono na yem mbobo sei na sebe ono so atimi akọ court na unanimously ya bona semagu ba sema ya buagu no even logical reasoning ehia so be come akola nse won se asem we be buagu ehia so be sua mra bia wo ba bia nse won se this particular year sebe ya buagu ye be buagu eh dia are clear, but you know what this have shown, it has only deepened something we have always known about this particular Chief Justice. See, on fam mranye juma. Adia yina depend no. And Kenya Ocean nsema no o kani na yentum bra ne nsi nchen. Ne yemfa ono no sentiment ne the way ono pese ye yade no ne yemfa no mbom na enye den. Yemfa no mbom na enye. And this is not the first time he has done that. Even on Nankasa as a judge in a seat judging issues has always used her sentiments instead of using law. So many times. Okay. And they are clear say CJ no. Time I know ye Chief Justice no. Instead of using law no the onankasa na pe. Ni feelings e kire no ye. I don't know whether you remember the case where sabi MPCB are defected from MPP to go and contest at independent candidate Haruna Idrisu resist objection be in parliament. Say anka yentwe omonsan following the rules of parliament amra no. Apenema ken ko CJ nanima okosere ayi say omonsan fa MP apen asemena CJ na kai. He was saying see we will deprive those people their constituents, we will deprive them of what representation in parliament. Waja mra na to what in the sentiment na kasa keke. At the same time we had a constituency that was called SAR. Under her watch as the Chief Justice, those people have been without representation for almost over 4 years. Nanzaya no munya representation Fred Agbenyo. Na CJ wo ho. Na jere CJ no ono suspension ya ye man no kra se me kra che too much. Anka by this time kra ya nya ye bibia wi a ya yi na akope babia tena. And this shows clear say the reset agenda na ye de ba no. Master, we are resetting everything, every single thing, including the judiciary. Number one, President, the president cannot, in his own power, remove the Chief Justice from office. This is the petition. Bibia president in the removal of Chief Justice and Edinburgh on to Tomrana. Sabi wo mumra so ye. How can you say Emrana actually say the hearing of the petitions and I say hearing of the case no should be in camera no so that be fine on to nchen ne yenya ne wo pe ne mfa to camera so na Ghana phone pe because who say no who say Chief Justice and Kasa we social media Chief Justice. She's a social media Chief Justice. Nyame na ya adom say ndan no ho aka say be ye ba be yi na free ho. And can you say bibia we hene da social media. First time na ye drop petition na fa no ho no. Why na alert why na ma ye hu ye kwara say drop petition. Enyo ono na the two social media. Ono na liki yes a man the petitions na say won call respond because was say ono was say onya petitions no onya den no respond to the petition. Ye the petition na ma no before I be hwe na petition na kan na bi nsa. Before you better sorry na petition no Vincent say for ekita petition no. And this is the Chief Justice we are dealing with. Ono per se that public sentiment no ni anya oh wo yo ba and na wo ye maame and obi maame no obi yere ne ye na sa wo those sentiments na anka e follow na anka or work on the emotions of Ghanaians living the law. ade a waye no na nka yengyan to tene ga se o mo de man fa na sa nipa de waye ade a akwala ne gu nan so a yentwa na ye papa na se yedi so woro ne ye ka na sa yo wa woni mga na dada ne ka na sa yo za ba hwe ne se o ye bubu akese ne se o de mo nya na won kotena. But this time around, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president we have, will not entertain those things. What the emra and the beyjuma and amra any juma and we a clear Supreme Court no wako and of course clarification. Supreme Court there's won't be as I would the corner ya chirichirim. Yama yadum on one casan young croma on your mind else here dear quanim. Almost young send your friend emra and I say mammy as small can any quem and him running ya the emfa. Into any pa 5 I yet pan and also the dabi. Then the young penny papa could pay and supporting. The last time crowd there some quite crass when you be any pam you know.
Yeah, when you
3-2. This time around, when you back up a cry, nature say, on one sabi on a bench, no so a judge seminal. They are not being biased, they are fair. The Oma drink more seminal honey and on the two. Not like hey, no, using no own sentiments, no own feelings, no more own emotions at the judge issues. That was what she was doing. And in the court no akase ayine yenya ne in camera but I would like to advise her because I've heard something. Honestly, me mention that nimum rana sa as my matter say ebe then she needs to be very careful. Say yet me wie this particular sitting on her case na no hutua anasi no tuatua benefits now I was wonya sanka properly no wareta anasi waresan a enya de obenya.
Yeah,
sure. I think the woman is going too far. I don't want benefits, Nana. And come in, I have to save everybody's energy and everything. Just resign. Resign, Keke. It is a free advice to our own mother. Say, come resign, but the opens we anything. They say Ghana court, and they are well low. They say Ghana court, and that's the judicial system, and you what they are into you crown penny one. I was out the time I'll pen obey Obeko. Then that is where the problem is. You may react, no. If you are not benefits, I was enjoying one mania. That is the problem. So it is an advice to her, and even herself. Say, obey Johnny, but you know the people who are leading her. It is the NPP that are deceiving this woman. You know they wanted to use the woman as a protective shield from their corrupt act. So that's a quarter. Now, mamma, why should I say no more? I a fixed match. And can you say I didn't go for a damenomo and a bear cancel for the woman? I didn't know some capena Vicenta say for animal and a lawyer. Today. So it is it has shown clear, see. It has shown clear, sister. It has shown clear, see. It is the NPP and the woman that take dudum. I'm could do baby our own name. It is clear. And the things among forecasting, the MPP wanted to use the woman as a protective shield. Ni nyomo maye wa ba mu nyina corruption nyomo maye nyina na se de omu komra ni se ekodi omu asema na ka omu fix match wa bi apagya bi asa bi be favor omu na ka ya bo asem na gunu asi oh do mama ora no kra nya serious omu nya investigation baba bi akra so omu de asema na kokot won san nyomo no and this is sia mame no ho atwi a yeyi na afri ho sabi ye de obi foforo be bad nipa no be hwe nkrata mu ahwe mmramu e de ye adwuma ama corrupt officials omo MPP aban mu akoda mu nti MPP for ni abreko they say ye bibi kese na heden e na afri o ma no.
All right,
so it is not anything. The MPP is just leading this for the woman just because they felt say if the woman should have been the one in the helm of affairs, all their corrupt act, all their corrupt officials will be free from our Operation Recover All Loot.
Okay. Innocent.
Yeah.
Also, the more committee no cry, it's a mockery to the judiciary. And process now. More information about Chama Wontumi and activities are why you will chrome her. Said, yeah, wounded the Yatia, and the digital TV, so I near Brayaki Caninano. Said there's more into it. I just say, and Quafra, one more air casasam no, there's a measure relationship where one more nature to meet them, and in Quaba, one more dear. Nature, say Ghana for say, Yama partisan politics, and from Kakra. na ya face reality say ade we ya nipa so masi ye enye nipa ne personality na mom character na wada na die no sunsanso be na wo man no so a ye the partisan politics be wura bibia mu afa ye ne be ba ho so na kro no asai ne age ye ni so because mentia say the reason why was a chama Wontumi sad time na NPP what power no otimi too powerful to the extent they say party man be cry ya dia no mo ne e dia kwaso no mo ne akufado nya adwen otu galamsey ontua tax otu galamsey gold no orden or no baby or pen or cotton. You see the reason why a gold board buy young crofo bi buafu because pressure na yede to yan Ghana city no so no tax na crofo evade one more smuggle gold no ede for baby ekoton a oman yenya faso bia wo so but at the end of the day no asay asase no asay kwaye no asensuo no wacha ho no ko asase achama Wontumi di akwanta man ne asay no ensu a wasay no ye kase wontua ka Wontumi ntua mona mani abre na munnim the quantum of crime ana awudi a wodi adi na mani abre mo hye ka tai wo yoko no se no me ka cha me se me post ni bi na bia ka de pepper spray begu mani sa wo hye the quantum of damage a Wontumi akose wo man we ya e bia na ba bia wakose damage no wonte ho onipa no te wono no so ye Ghana ni all right ene ya wo nkwada a wo be kwa na kwada ne ya hye na so ni ho wo be kwa na ne hwini ni ho ya wo nkwada yare bebre disabilities a ye start say ye nyini ye nti bi da me galam say ya de bi a chese me ti na bibi ya ye me anything na NDC chairman no we evaluate jomro dwura me ka kira me say wanya galam say no ye na what no aka so watu ne hofo because amabu akeka ne ho kakra bi kire no ena aban no so yade me ka kire yi chamase no katia ene me bra Ahmed Ibrahim oye local government minister say na yire na no de na ba beka DC list no no munyini free because na agenda no person na yire ne kwa DC e wa evaluate dwura no nya kwai edi nkwasem wo ho wo ya DC ni na person ya mania madam bra papa go through the process because ye chiwa enye party color asem eya Ghana color because I kwanya chama Wontumi de Ghana afaso ensu a wasene ne kwaya wabubu agu se yakase ye reclaim sa asase na sa dede ne eyi nsafo na makogina wa mudi no entimi solve sa problem no eti se munim de ye mamo a mumma no mumia ma no na oman no yasum njoyan ekwanya befaso agalam se ye betu asia ne yafaso kwaso obi ani abre ena me won komo bia me pesa me num ye nu ye de na me num ye nu ye ba be di ye ho komo because me hu say ya the politics ye bibia eti yan kasa Ghana fo no kwa ye di ye ho awu ba ye nim say ye di ye ho awu me ba be kire video no eno a me hwe video no be more than 10 times na me suyi abrante no ho ye me mobo. But there were so many questions and me bisa. Say enkotojo wa buni esu awusu ne pressure trauma wuna munne. And then one year due diligence. And then na one for kwan papa ne so. Na ene wu was that situation we mu. Ghana for e wo mse ye nyina ye ne abra ye pe brabo. Ba so be bo bra na kwa kodru ba bi na be bo wasum prenu sa de. Mesra ansa ne be hya ase no momma yani na ho na bibini a yenyi politics mfrim na yen face reality say me ni pada se ni ya me gina ho ya ade we ya me kwa akoye ade na be boam ya na sa emwa me because ebedu ba bi no wo political party ni ntimi save you abai na ote akonwa so kra no so ono na wo de wo atwitwi na ontimi save because there are certain situations my money nyina to omanu gu aban ne so aban ni choice so aya aban ya wotie Ghana fo asem a onya tintintin Nebukadnezar aban no ya aban ya wonim se Ghana fo na de na si ho a se Ghana fo ye dede na dede no omo ye ne efa wo ho a aban no oni choice who say nipa ba ko no wo mro ni over 32 million so until the necessary action will be taken against you. Eti ya Ghana for yen nyina yet wo man mu ba yen hyase say ye bedi mmra so Ghana aye lawless too much ache yama politicians no e de mmra wo mu ni so no corrupt yen politician aye na adwe say or the power be have any way enti mmra wo ho power but oni so eno ti na chama Wontumi timi nya no wo krom ha keka nkwasi asem bia ope because na dwe na so Wontumi otimi have any way out it won ni mmra so do ope no be ye Maya ma politicians ni binum esubanya wo mo no encorrupt yadwen. We should do the right thing at the right time. Na nanu ma ya ne moti krom ha. Yesram wo ani die kasa se. Ye de obuani ani die mamwa. Yesram a mo so mu hu se. Ansa no be betiti ni mawramu. No de sika ba be gina na nanim se na na dey me pe ba bi de metiato me pa asase ato no. Na nipa no wa brepa Ghana abrabona ye wom no enna from Ghana abrabona ye wom no enya easy enti ansa no obi betete ne mawramu anya sika so opeso de koye japade no obrani atete na nipa na fam no enya asem ketwa se ye ba mo nso mo ho a ye sere mo mamo ma ye nkon sohwemu saa Smith say abrante ne video na ready afama me now no demolition exercise na course no now no be catch me say ya na ada na won kan wase na me say no I was waiting for the right time because now activities na course no na ndiyama bebre koso eti na wase me monitor process say ehin na be kwa akosie na no abrante ne video no me hwai over and over again. I was sad, I cried for the guy, but there are so many questions that need to be answered. Fabrant any video ne to so mame. Just put the video beside. Come from na fa video let us so. Share abrante ni dimi na wodi abu nkotodwe. Share how why you traumatized. Share wodi arenanim dua wan wo said why ha why chese won wodi onye ne ho. Wo wi ne nipadua na kasa na wodi gina ho na ne kra na free ne muko. Because our property abrante na yesi ho a edi amete yesi a friend no McDonald or something on the oil estate developer. Wow, woko video no asia ekwafase na den na soja ni ne tiatia ne saa because at that particular moment no na was so mo console no e was kwa soja ni ne chichi ne re kakra. Hey madam bra at this juncture soja ni no ya na dwuma o enya wo trauma na wa kom no wo hwe ena ye ni ma soja for training no omo ya no mercy wo mo fa wo situation na wo se nipa no be show compassion na e bia ye ono no be use ne discretion say ma me show compassion but se nipa no duty ye adwuma enya ho no de compassion be ye adwuma eti wo ma no mani abra no mo didi military fa na tem se ekwaye mo fa so pia no ne se de mo tiatia ne se on free ho na wo mo anya de no pacho eno de mo ye wo adwuma ba me sra wo hwe video no eti wo san emu aja yo so we betiti wo modwemu anya sika enya aya property amana do that level enya easy emu aja nkasa eti anu me hwa branch ni video na me hwa masa hwebiem me hwa no masa hwebiem because me hwa senia hwe de wa hwe chese on wodu anya ne ho wataba ha osho eka wabo adaji a wasai bra wa bre ansa na property no adru sa level no ne ade excavator be sim say ye dwiragu within seconds we metimi aka say bia attacking years ɛna ɔde adu baabi a waduru no yɛde just a minute adwiri egu bisa wo ho sɛ ɛyɛ hwan fom so achɔpa yi a ɔpɛ yi sɛ ɛyɛ ne yie mu sɛ regional minister bɛte aseɛ ne bɛyɛ yi a ɔyɛ ɔbaatan ɛnkɔ bɛte aseɛ but there's one big question behind this yɛngya dan ne si hɔ na ensuo tɔ a ɛmfa nkurɔfoɔ na enkum wɔn mu anaa ɛtɔ da bi ɛnyɛ japade a bɛsɛn no nko a wo woyɛ obi a wo dehye ewu yɛ wo June 3rd disaster ni mu a yɛka ensu yiri mu asɛm wɔ Ghana wɔbɛfa ne World Cup sa woyɛ abrantia na ɔwɔ aboso kan area hɔ na ensu tɔ yɛ na yiri sisa ɔnkɔ ɔmplage you fridge no e the free socket ni mo sesan ensuo na ba bedu switch no so ode ne saka ya pe lady ni wuye ana wawo akwada boso memiensa we 2 years ago enkofo bebre a wo mawu medical doctor ba bi na wode the car enkoto nsuo mu bridge bi so ewu ye onu kra de oyira be se ade kye ya se no mo ko hu na mu medical doctor enkofu omawu wo krom ha hwe Ghana ese wuo na ye normal obi wu a ne aka ne tra ne yekọ na so kane no na enti saa ene yam value nipa life ene se ye no obi to na se nipa ne kwa ahoyeye mu a ne kwa na ekura no kwa ye ndwen ho kane nipa no owu a emfa ye ho ye de anima ne se ye ne beso na enkofu ahye na akopam kabasa ya kese na emema no shu akese ni ada kwagina ye na se 1 week ne yasa wa mo matwa bi no mabro no madi nkwasam wa ye na se no mabeda no obi awu no kọ enti abrantie yi tibia ye wakomu yi onu as a person a hardgen but the question I was yen nyina ye answer ne say etu onu nipa ba ko paninti yema oman mu ne nyina mre na oman no emwa ka na the answer is a big no. So the right thing has to be done. There are so many questions here. Why the chance I said no? This particular video, Smith release the video na menchira Ghana for ade. Release this particular video. Na menchira wade. Na abe wo say ye Ghana for na akasa no ye duebo. Be a video we mu, wo de be mani fu, mani madaso. Na menchira Ghana for ade bi. Why the chance I said na wo sa Ramsey ho no, ade ma wo mu ano mo site wo mo ye adwuma. Sa wo be sha edan na excavator ni sisu sisia na biem why ade wan wo senya pillars ewo ase akase ehwo no onim sa eye flood prone area enti nipa no si dan no wa lift dan ne de akosoro en wasisi pillars akase wa ase senya be ya ensuo tompo na ensuo no ebe yiri a enru ne dem because wa ma pillar na ya akase en ewa enti wa lift dan ne de akosoro. So automatically this person clearly knows say baby a osi dan no a flood prone area e ensuo kwan a ensuo to a ehwo na efa na so nipa da sani awe nyame anim akwakoto sa asase wei and wasi dan wo de asiso. Now come back to the studio make asem ya che Ghana fo hwe Ghana fo e yen sha se ma yen ni na ho yan sha se nya preference asa na obenye sika dia to asase no enye izewu enti me kwagina asase bi so na ma ohene bi convince we say oh asase de me na me wa control so obi antimi tu na ye to asase a Ghana ha ye won institutions bebri a wo ma ye useless e wo krom ha wo nya adwuma bia ye hu o mo so mfaso because ye ya Ghana fo no ye use won unim sa surveyors a ewo Ghana ha no ekwamadwuma potene sa ansa na me ya titi me pesa me to asase no me kwa lands commission surveyor brana be boa me because omo mame kan Ghana Surveyors Association omo men mandate ye dia omo ewo krom ha na wan kasa wuti a wo be wo say ya Ghana fo na ye di enwa bro tie Ghana Surveyors Association okay, it's an organization focused on land surveying and mapping. Land surveying and mapping. Or Google. Naboshem. Odi abomadia na boshe ho surveyors wo ma adwuma ne den. Wo boshe gigula de be ma. They are focused on land surveying and mapping. While they may be involved in land surveying relating to educational institutions, their primary concern are not directly to where your time arguments by but number some mema what see land surveyors na ya wo mo Ghana ha no o madwuma ne sen eka ya o ma said say wo mo ba ma yen se asase we CTV ye studio ha nyina ne kasia ne sane si bai kakra kai nyina we ebesi ha nyina ye kwan anase bia ye ko ba bia Accra FM we ya another building ehwo no eye ka kwan e wase eye ka kwan a ye betimi ayi ka kwan atum e bia ha de usi da ye da bi aha no ensuo to a e bia ensuo bi to efraburi Anabia free no ho efisuro ho esane a ahaya ne beba befa anabia ensutini bia da baabi ensuo to na munyira eha na efa surveyors no eyomo adwuma adan na yen use wo eti Ghana ni person to asase a e wase ka wo mani hiam eye wa hia sam say wo be ma surveyor abehwe baabi asase na ye twa ma wo na eda na say ya papa waka chew enye papa no tufu atie sika no nya obi na pese obotomu wa na wo sam wani fifre na apeye enti so obi ka chew say eh baabi a wo pese okosi dan yi dia mesra wo yo so ta wo ho be chirewa mesra tie na Johnny kwa ya dwene say ya pese nyina ye tena kurom and comfort cantonment airport hills ne trasako ni ade wow ye nyina ye pese ya crowd ya ho akurom because their transport system nye because institutions awodo a was yenya access to it no ni nyina ba din kran et wo bia for so say e was a metina ben kurom your problem no enti aya na ma ye refi ya ho say sika na ye pedia kwakoye sa property no due diligence bi wo ho e was ye now, me original minister, Honorable Ndoklu, you know some area now why demolition in assembly no, they should be held accountable. Because Ukowa, you are a well dedicated institution. What's the one shall say? Who are permits and send a dino crowesi? And then conformity me sit down and do sa level way. Say you are hinibi. And we are nyame no no de ne sika no wapaje and we bu na ne aguso no waton amame and ameso agame pese me ha me hunti makwakoto a assembly na was o mo hwese baabi a edan sie ne koso no woni permit a wontimi ponsi dan no assembly no wo mo te ho ye den o mo te ho ye den we ya say forestry for asase eti nipa no hwa site no so no ya bon allegation bebre mebo video na mwatie ba no me pesa me kacha wu Ghana ni say sa wonya sika so be ye japade a due diligence is very important sa wa hwe ye udu sika be kwa akoye bibi e kira bi asamba ho a na de adane politics ene to abamamo ene na mo ye say ni to abamamo wo ru afisa wo so ade na wo ye no ha wo bi Faba ya ni video ne to so na sam no ka ye no me ya sure say e ya de a wo Ghana fo nyina ye mu ye nyina ye ya bi tie na di na sam wo ka say I come and also say fine really necessary you this way yes systemic change a flood our drainage system any form of flooding when it rains. Currently, your short you can see that the excavator is leading nose to antenne, just extends straight into the building, and then you have the breakdown. Now, this is about 40,000. I have a trust say, you want to say, or Pata Kacha say, I come, I'll be here, fine. Bibi are fine. And see, I just say, na bibi are come. Yen sit down. And then they are able down. Now, sister, wow, we see down. Who you say a higher flat area? Higher flat area because now since you started with MF estates, and then yes, sit down, sir, because in some the one who sit down, we are feeling the air come back. Send that down it here.
na ipo sabotre Ghana for me dan dey no sabotre Ghana for what Ghana for na so ma fa na so bi say wo ha je na wo ye awa ye je na wo ya kwa ye kwa akwa ye kwa
Mena say utie asem a lady kaya aya unifree so unifree so dey contented you sound unifree some analysis lady ne ye no or say site manager na say nipa no ye free forestry ba ho ne ye friend akwa oba no abeje 10,000 oba no abeje 20,000 Ebrenintia because original minister Emma Papa ni yini one or wa se wanji wo bi asika ba me anya no ne hia me mo me da say me ababo asam na abaya ne kaaye no me se ya nyina ye bi me be se me yi me wan frim na ye se me attack obi ye nyina ye bi bribe obi atua bi eno na ama ye bre no Wutie abaya nanum asama ekira se ono ankasa na ogina ho no onim se babia osi dan ne nye wutie asama okaye ose adan na ka aban ne nkwaya gota onjai wa momom nsi dan ne nsi nsuo kwanim no on meye gata na nsuo no to anya kwanya fam why na ka chon se nsuo nipa timi direct nsuo babia befa cha water is too powerful to the standards you can't control it. Anything that ensure anoya day no do baby a was and quafa no do one as a BBS or no divert for baby or pay and you baby no befa. It is on for them come the fa at baby or pay to me buffer. And to divert so no crampo no from and down and one day no person a son say anya baby or father dentino or no other cretini quine no a boy grown crofofie. Owie ya no ose akwa ne ba no abaje 10,000 akwa ne ba no abaje 20,000 etu ano wakai kai kra ne sika be 40,000 and akwadi papa ne ho mesro when can you continue to pay bribe? Let's assume by not admitting say akwa no kra waje wo bribe akwa no me pa cha o edu pension obekọ pension ni pa foforo no ba be si akwana nan no obede na o so ndo obeje bribe or no nje bribe obede no hu enti the fourth impose omoba site wo ma mo ya we say demolition betimi akoso na mo ahwe ya mo dan no ebeka no a wotimi ama adwen bi impose ma mentua bribe na mentu aso no should that alone should tell you say baby am one wa wonim say a wrong place but who force the ade na si ho won dwene wonua no no ti anafo no ho won dwene wonua no no ti atifi won dwene wonua no no ti nchem ho say baby a wode wodan ni si no ensuo to na ensuo no dru wa na wodan na block na o mane a okọ wonua no dem o ma dia flood ye nkrofo wo krom ha no won experience bi da ye ka o tire baby no aka nkwase asem bi a wo pe na se ensuo to e na agiri wo dem e na ededa wo ha ena wo japade nyina asai wuti anya ye wudi hye bi fam no owu a ye kasa obi di dan yakosi nsuo kwamu a wo hwa wo hye nipa kro no kwa bebu bonaso but ye di subabia sayemu ena bibiani a yentia bride then we have our way yentia bride then we have our way enti obia in his own small capacity no is corrupt baby a corruption one wa anu na ama obinya access to government money na afedi ayem more because owo assembly ho no waje bribe sa owo ahimfi ho no waje bribe sa baby o hye in her capacity o betimi aye bibi abu obibia no oje bribe yey etini panu man no access to bibi na escalate enti Ghana for ye pe bribe tua dodo ana yeso ye pe bribe gie se eyampampo se akoya je wo bribe a ene won se akwa no he is not there forever new law enti you better do the right thing and be safe now akwa no video na ready amofa mai na me rasa dia papa na ni abra wo peso yi ne ho anu a I'm just praying for this man say after investigations no obe coming out clean na say ye no crossa wo so akwai wo ko no akwaje 10,000 wo ko no akwaje 20,000 abra wonim say baabi o mu si dan na sine ye nsuo kwam eni kwaso mu si dan ni siwa na nya wo so wo ye nipa bia wo ye nipa bo ni ntia wo se do fam na kwan so. I'm just praying for this man to come out clean because I'm not happy.
Will be deployed to various locations to prevent any redevelopment.
Yes, 4 of them. So it should be to take it. We should own this exercise. As far as lives are being involved, properties, as I'm speaking, there are lots of people who are even out. We've given them some place to stay in the interim. So this is, we actively get involved and make sure that the right thing is doing that. Therefore, that we have places that we don't experience flooding doesn't mean that we should make.
The bottom line is that say I pass on J bribe. Near investigation up on aqua bribe. It's not somebody may born payama, so you come out clean. But say you're not cross watch a bribe one. Ghana for Mama yes say Subai, let's say you can't pay bribe forever to have your way. One say Yadaku Ubadu baby Ubapim. Because I was so what say, any pana yenam we are singing will be a gentle. It is an aqua when you know watch a bribe one. And ever Edward the bar on your own bribe. Now one jet bribe now. So done and see your bogu. Bridamini Sabaye on Joe bribe. Not more coordinate and one more now or beyond Joe bribe. Yes, sir, by any. It is a say reality no has come to face you. A yard hope. Ya mobo say obi be brand wa tete ni mawremu aya property amanadu ba bia adri ni adwire egu eja pa but asem no kure eya ba ko pe Ghana for mama yen chance and utilize your institutions no last commission munja bribe je bebrebe no na munma no kure nya adwuma assemblies now authorities are the power mama say obi beje permitter mutimi frustrate ni panisa just say Ghana obeso ye bibia frustration be come no due to bribe nipa no obetimi the just ebia 1 week ayade yama wo obetwa kwan ye ko 1 year hwe bisa wo mo si dan no so mo ko permit ya how long it takes them na say surveyor kwahwe say baby asase ni dan no eye papa asebia ni ho wutimi si wudan ya adan na wo say me beje permit ya mebre but obi to office ho wa ba ni sika on few chesa me twenu wa menti ase Ghana office bia obewram bia ade bia wo pa bia no wutimi say legitimately say na ade ne tie o but obi a hejake office wo no te ho wa ma ne bribe a ade no sanka ade etu obi asidan tim oni permit well obe nwani akwatwere da bi ho stop work produce permit wo bua obekọ na nipa no wa plaster faso no wa boso no okọ obekọ no tim wa penti produce permit that way obekọ assembly ho assembly no be frustrate no back and forth and wa kira betua way ni atete wo sana nipa no ahometie no akwasi dynasty wo no akwatenem na ya hu sei ya pese kuro ni ye ya hu ya pese kuro ni ye o Ghana obia de selfish interest and nante ti en kan okra nkyere ye hu the last time on and me who say passport yetimi ya express yetimi ya bi 1 week yetimi ya bi 2 weeks kona ko bisa kana o passport ya ubetwa kwanya tua bribe sa passport kekewu Ghana ni bia wo hia bia timu kwaji bi no eno achi birth certificate kura no na yasem wan ko tua bribe a ebeda ho be bosumi miensa bosumi nsia obekọ na yesi enwie enso birth certificate yetimi kura ye gira hoje yetimi ya 1 week ade na afa mesra nananom mesra mo nananom a ye ne mo wa Ghana ye de obuo ne ane de bia se fatama mo nananom ye sra mo sikape ya sikape eden se unana wo pesa wo ton asase a ma surveyor mehwe se asase no ehe na wo se kwan da ensuo kwan da he de aka no nya twa ton adufru bre na de abedu ba bia ya drio babia aha nyina ya media eti ya mehwe mpo se aha nyina na ya media no ehe na wo se kwan da ehe na wo se bia wo na ya twa asase nyina na ya ton nyina etu be kwa na ya crowded Jackwato wa fire service for kura nya kwan because we be no area no futufra obi asisi dan dia si bia ye plan hwe tan and plan cancer na mo kwa mo te Ghana ha am kura from there ye won krofo bi sa ye was san krofo no krom ha omo nyo madwuma surveyors wo krom ha ye use omo sasa me dwene wa menti ase land commission kwa de bobo e wo dia pra corruption mu promise and akwaso ho civil service no mugu ono on be frustrate wa mo ahwe ya ho ade afa be your time enti ni pa no obedi akire saa mo register myself say mami o mo register myself say mami o ore na hwa no akwasi dan na sim no tim obi asidan ya tira mu konfia duo no oni permits as what him and that's the reason why your property rate cry ntimi nji okrom ha because you need data abranti any video no areho ba yemi say ye ho say is it right onu nipa ba ko pani nti no yema omanfo mmere onu nipa ba ko pe no wa bredi ni sika akwa akwasi dan nti no yema dan ni si nsuo kwam ensuo to na yira fa nkrofo okolas commissioner kata hyehyɛ ne proya adokuru wo mo no enya asem ketwa wo paade wo last commissioner wo be twa kwanye cha wo kwa assembly sinimu a wo pe ade wo be twa kwanye cha sasa medwene ho menti ase chese nipa no office one ma eye ne de se da bia wo twa kwan ba ho ye nwie ye ochina ye nwie ye next week o ye nwie ye next month no waba nipa no oti wona ase ye ne de se ono wa occupy space bia utwa kwan ba ne ho does it even make sense me wa bosume so a nipa no da pawuro so ye tua ne ka ti ya kasa ye di ye hu awu eti wunim yama enkrofo ye niema illegal ni asa akofo nkrofo ko bi na ka landguard eye de na wo se landguard ba Ghana ha ye tie ka ye de landguard ye de Ghana fo ye dodo se ye ya hia eti sa wo yo hini a wo ka dokre wo di nokre die ye wadwuma eye de na asase baako wo beto ama nipa mienu nipa miesa na adane manso do wo sika no na akofo landguard abegu asase no so ye kum nipa bebre out of sa land dispute way enipa awuo wo Ghana ha e wa asase manso ho enipa awuo ya bonko foto by hearts all in the name of say me na me wasika asase no me won krata we susu me kitan krata ada na wasi ya one last commission na asase ba ko timi ya nipa mienu dia wo ba ko we susu me kitan krata we susu me kitan krata ade ena ya ho abrosa ye wi na de ahya ban we abaye nani abre ena abaye unwi nipa ho ena abaye na ka yi gota to ha na enra na meka gota ben ye yu ato Ghana ha na gota no wade ne hoda gota ben pa na da krom ha gota na se me dia me de me ho obi anfa bola bia matum meti wei me hu so Ghana for ye ka se ya ma ye ho kwan ma gota ne ho to no enti gota no opa ye nya ti se a TV studio ever go to Ramsey ahonom so you better ball aguma menesi and so to be conquer for them because a one akasa na a flat prone area mo fa for line to TV no so we are Ghana ni na anya sika otasase a me pa cha nyo obi na pe sika de gu botom bo modern na for process nim bo modern na for process nim Say crowd dey metu me wasi ho. Wo call last commission no be hye ho no frustrate wa bra city we abeka kire me. Na body pani di ya be report na ma honorable amaboa. Simple. Sha say yakase edim na so ebetimi edim na so pa. Wo call last commission say ukoye wa de. Na de na o say bible so me busumi no saka. Busumi ba ko na watch ba ko kwa won saka. No be to office so frustrate. Wo dey bra city we afa ya be report oni pa kro no e dia ma honorable amaboa. Se wase yi na die be yi na di. Because any pe wa bonti omo pa dwuma ya omo dos. Continue like this. Yentimi to aso say ya yenye ya ho brasa adan. Obi be bra pesika okoto asase a ma so twenkoa adan. Ni ekum konfo langas ni ade ensamfo sa. Otimeka, good morning.
Good morning, Apagya Yaa Titi.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Nyamishra. Meflo say Mandiadi Yaa Titi Yasantua. Nyamishra. Hello.
Meda sempacho mamintio.
Nyamishra pani utma oyene. Yaa Titi asema wuken. Yese mombla abrekuma we insakina insionu. Mo brambe shadia mo insionu mo si insionu. Ena mo sisi den si insionu nankasem. Insionu a wo honuma ebe ko no omo si insionu krana sisi anu timemfo no ne ade ne omo se dan me koka ya omo se omo si dan ni sisi anu se ne atati ya no omo si dan ni ade ntino omo brabekuma ha omo brabekuma nsakina eba paradise wa ne ekoso wo na efan mu hia na mo se aban nye me se NPP won me kache mama say me mo nche NPP kwa me mo ntie ni omo ye no onye dachi bi nyame be hira no ye de beka no oye second nkruma na ye nyame hira ku na ni omo ya omo ko ndian na aye omo ko ye dia je me kache so omo bu aban na bem onko so a nya mreju bia nya omoye omwe bia onfo di na nye nseso ma sa endis fo nangasa dachi omo ya ebedi omo.
All right. Menso me da se papa mama share messages ne kakra George Fifi Costa se anope o share ye da se conscious agbenu awosi o se anope sisa ya me show more fire ye da se Otimeka, good morning. Otimeka, good morning.
Bepacho, good morning.
Yes, madam.
Bepacho, na bepacho tu se
Pacho mamintio.
Bepacho, me pese mi bisa se. Omo aye bubu omo dan. Aba wo bibi o de demo mana.
Eno de debi o. Eya hemfo na eto asase ma wo mo no. Omo na wo se omo kope baby foforo ma because omo adwo musika. Aban de oni hwe mo. Exactly the point. Sure. It was a for no coach baby from our mom.
Me person bisa say. The no mubu we are then the bay the me and say. Gata wo.
And no the forestry for ne be decided. E kwa yon be fa so a e wono e nsuom e ya from. Enti de de be ya bet ya prevent nsuo no se obenya kwanya ko smooth eno na wo se mpanyimfo ye. Ti ase wo.
Ya me sra no ne moye.
Me da se. All right, me da se. Osai Premper the second. I say why should it be only Aqua, who is protecting the Ramsia site for the past 8 years? So Obed say I'm watching you live from Kumasi, Nyame Eshramo, Yedase, Papa. Otimeka, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, your friend is Samuel. My friend is Abeka.
Pacho Mamintio.
Me bisa say, na me kwa passport. I'm a member. I'm call digital center. I was or site. But it's like price of black water babon. This one reduce passport form to 350. But I still selling at 550 and 750. Oh, you show a picture. So I said you extra 200 Ghana cedis. Na me tia se go se na passport.
Also Amojo was saying from Bania say 550.
750.
750.
Oh, no, na kwa 970 Ghana cedis.
Okay. Me ba cho baby say mama why? Because Shima so baby say mama.
Baby say o ye pa o to from suya o sa ko twa picture e say sa je osika na.
Eno de me kwa me de me kwatwa photo man tueska. Because sika bia was a metua me ye no online. Sika ni nyina obetua online.
Yeah, me passport 2016. Me tia me kwa picture man tia hwe, but as we speak now, ukoya me kese koye na o 200 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Maybe me ba no so no. You say extra 200 Ghana cedis for just a picture.
Okay.
You know ya na me tia se.
Mati ye baby say mama.
Black kwa kachere say passport form no for 550 na about 350 no.
Yeah.
Why they are taking 750? It will be na 990 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
So which is which? Because when the woman say minister no all clarify say or say yes African and not.
Mate me da se pa ye baby say mama why? Wadaro my baby say mama. Otibeka, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Yes, sir. Yami adom now so e.
Boko the free abreak mama here.
Pacho mamintio.
It's CCTV ni.
Entia wo lo TV no kra Mr.
Mate alone. Mr. We need na ho brasem. And say me say collaborate after concerning abrekuma. Insuno only the river in Saki.
Okay.
But if the eastern region, I'm afraid eastern region, all the way from Ebri.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'm almost sit down woman. Maybe a Magiani, me and Comyahini were paradise.
Okay.
Your family Uputi Brema the first. In the sense, you two, you dread is soon Musani Bay, I have a told but we and Jomalangas, they started selling the place. It's not the gas who is selling the place, it's the Langa. Langa before the tons are seen in people for Okawa, Omuji 2, Ningama, and the Omuji Tretzel, and so on and so forth. Yaji Asemna police, Yajima Anya police for now, Omeba Betium. Yaji Asemno call court to crowd Bebano, almost a year Juma or so, almost year Juma, Tresse. Would you want to see the airport for Accra?
Ni,
Papa.
Mesrawa and Fantoso, Smith Jenna number, mammy. And Fantoso, Mesraw, Jenna number, mammy. I think I have interest in this particular case. Samo Monjane number, mammy, na moment to us. Goliath, I'll say, keep it up, yeah. May I say, Sheikh Mohammed. Was good morning, madam. Yami Eshana Anopay, Yashawa Live. Malik Ibrahim, or Sim Show every man Kasim. Hey, I am Monchana number, Mr. Mamewati, Makasim Hima, and I am Anopay Michiao. Emmanuel Kwame na Suman was say good morning na manager dia moye no nyamisha mo papa William Kondo or say more fire ya titi me da say good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Pacho Medindi Rashid.
All right.
Mikasa Free Abeka.
Pacho Mamintio.
Okay.
Pacho Mamintio entio.
Okay. Wadama Medindi Rashid Mikasa Free Abeka.
Okay.
Say concerning passport issue no and the colleague Bako edit to me say on also a filling the form online. Okwa kocha picture the can see a 200. Me said the minister have to intervene.
Okay. Okay.
Send the good initiative John Dramani Mahama. Ere to akwan no. Ma indi mo emfa mo personal interest enko say na registration no.
All right.
Because ijuma Ghana phone na aye ade ahye ne mo nyam no. E wo say otimi ehwese obia emma and say within some short time na nyama ekoso Ghana nso efa chia Ochin Crawford says fata say you be interrogate you man.
Yeah.
Aye chama Wontumi me issue no. Me panicho say ne so ankwa no begina ama yenya no kredi ewo mu a onjina ne so na yenya no kredi ne wo. Then the beya ubi biara owo aben mu sesiya no. Anaso ubi biara yama no ministerial position no. Obehwa so aye na ejuma diligently. Ma onfa nensa enka aban esika bi anase coffers bia na me kaso no me share me boss Sami Jemfi enkran say ejuma na oye one ato forcing e de aboa Madagana no omombo mode no omunya no yi send ye be ya ye na ye be di esonfa so na wonso na titi nyame nhyira ebi say juma pa wo ya mama Madagana no enye obia na wasa akoma no say nka eye titemre mu na nka be fro ya santoa enu nyame nhyira